yeah, I've had another shower, filled the van up with water. Thought I'd have a little stroll around these woods again before I head off. I might try and get that fuel filter sorted because it was struggling to start again today, and then when it struggles to start, it flattens the battery, and then you. Thankfully, I've got one of those EcoFlow power stations, so you can reverse the charge. Because I've got one of those alternator chargers as well, so you can reverse it and charge your starter battery up. So that's really good. Yeah, so I might try and look again at sorted. Look for Euro car parts or whatever. Yeah, and then head back over to Paul and plug this on charge because it hasn't charged up very well for some reason. I think it might be the socket that I've used. It's one of these mains USB sockets. But one thing I'll say is getting up now. We don't drink or like smoke weed anymore. Drink in particular, it's so nice to wake up in the morning and just feel fresh. Don't feel, you're not feeling groggy and like, oh, everything's a chore. So glad, and I feel so much better for knocking that on the head. I really do. If you got any like drink, I mean, look at this here. Look, come on. Some people really, if you're into drinking that, try and. I know it's just easier said than done. Try and knock it on the head, because it's it might be difficult to start off with, but once you give it a few weeks, even, you know what I mean. Everyone's different though. There's me here telling you my experiences, but everyone's different. So I've had it before. You should do this, and now this happened, and I went through this stage and blah. And it's like, yeah, that's like, we're not robots. We're all different. I never had a drinking problem. I had a bit of a binge drinking problem, I'd say. Like, I couldn't just have one or two. I'd absolutely hammer it. Even just at home having a mix, on the decks. For some reason I'd have to have a drink, and I'd just be like, boom, 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 bashing a drink back. Never a bad drunk. Never really violent or anything like that. I've got myself in a few pickles, don't get me wrong, which I'll probably go into later on in some later videos. But the hard one for me was the weed. I smoked a lot of weed every day, every single day, and before doing this trip, this idea that I'm doing now, I mean, it's been probably a year in the making. But I smoked a lot of weed then, and I was thinking, like, I'm gonna have to knock this on the head really, because I'm doing a lot of driving. It's not risk. It's not worth the risk losing my licence. They're doing all these drug driving tests and stuff like that. It was something that was playing in my mind. I always felt okay driving. I'd never smoke a joint and then get behind the wheel of a car, no way. But it's in your system. But I was at the point where I couldn't imagine life without weed. Like, I was imagining going on these trips, like now even, strolling through the woods. I'd have a spliff. I'd go to like some empty beach, chill out somewhere, have a spliff. They kind of like went hand in hand, like when I used to do a lot of the camping. I used to sit camping in the tents, wild camping. Been pretty much all the time. Not drinking at all, smoking weed. When I'm not drinking on the head, I think I've had a drink once, I think, in 9 months. And that was when I went to an Oasis concert with a mate. And even then I woke up next day, I felt a bit sketchy, a bit ropey. Like I say, when you suffer from depression, you don't need that, man. It makes you feel so much worse. Makes you just feel like for me anyway, it makes you feel loads worse. It's not the answer at all. People think it is, but it ain't. It makes you a lot worse. But drink was easy. If someone said you can't have a drink ever again, I'll be like, don't give a shit. The weed was difficult. Hence why I can still have a drink. Like when I went to the Oasis concert with a mate, I thought, you know what, I started off having shandies, and then it got to a point where I was buying four at a time on one of those trays, 2 each. And on 2 occasions they messed it up and gave me just straight lager, so I had like 4 pints there and then some shandies. Still felt ropey the next day. I can do that, and I know damn well I'm not going to go, oh that's it, I'm back on the drink again. Blah, blah. With the weed it's a bit different. I think if I don't know, if I was to smoke weed again, would it get me back on track? And I'd be there, you know, getting another bloody Henry or whatever. I don't know. And it was difficult to come off of it as well. Like for this week, it was proper like riding the bike, you know, fidgeting around in bed, and you know what I mean, can't sleep because usually I used to have a spliff before I went to bed. That used to really help me. That's why I started smoking it, because it really helped me sleep when I was going through a lot of anxiety and stuff like that. You know, I had a lot of sleep deprivation. Smoking weed just completely destroyed that and helped out loads in that sense. But yeah, you know, you turn into a stoner and you can't be asked to do anything, lounging around, or, you know. I remember, you know, thinking back to people I know saying, oh, I've knocked it on the head, I've especially the other day, and I couldn't picture life without smoking weed and being stoned and that, so I was just like, nah, no way, you know, that can't be okay, just saying it. But straight up I feel so much better. I really do. Like I said, the first week was fidgeting around and stuff like that, and then for a couple of 3 weeks after that, say, it was like night time, that was the main one, before I went to bed, thinking, oh, I'm going to go and get some weed tomorrow. And then tomorrow would come and I'd be like, that sort of craving had passed. But yeah, I just feel so much better for it. I really do. Anyone wants to try and knock on, yeah, just give it a whirl. You know what I mean? You know, it costs lots of money, and you know, I'm trying to sort of do something with my life to a certain extent. Do this over the nicest, more pleasant seasons. More pleasant seasons through the year. You know, just trying to avoid walking past people. I still don't like using these, and in the winter, I think I've resigned to the fact that I'll have to do 3 or 4 months temping, which is okay by me, because so far I'm kind of breaking even doing the market thing, which is fine, because most people do just break even, don't they, when they're working bloody 9 till 5 days a week. You know, sometimes people aren't even breaking even, they still find themselves in debt. So this could be the future for me, doing these market stalls down sort of a really nice place, south coast. I'd like to go up to the Lake District and stuff like that, but I know you got Morecambe and Lancaster up there, I suppose, and a few places that are pretty close by, but I can mix it about. Yeah, that might be the way forward for me. You know, we do these, say, in the during like the, you know, spring, summer, whatever, and you know, winter time, do a bit of temping, carry on doing that. I'm going to head back now and have a little think about what to do, because I need a duster as well. Picking up loads of dust inside for some reason. There's dirt roads and stuff, it gets in everywhere, doesn't it, I suppose. Yeah, and I might go and look and try and get this fuel filter sorted, because it's just going to end up being a pain in the arse. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But right, there's probably some people over there. Oh, it's a weird man over there, oh, run. Sometimes it's good actually to be talking through this, because then it doesn't look like I'm just strolling around, you know, mooching around the woods like some weirdo. So I'll keep it rolling for the time being. Might use today to do loads of editing, because I've got so much footage now. I need to do a little wave. So much footage that I need to edit and start putting this up on YouTube and what have you. Oh, yeah, the screen keeps going off. Does mine know? Obviously it's something in the settings, but you just get your paranoid thinking, is it actually run out of battery or what? But yeah, they're back now anyway, and I'm quite enjoying this at the minute, to be honest with you. Quite nice. Have such bloody wood. You can have a look at some wood here. Actually, yeah, rather than looking at my mug. Have a look at the sorry, going in my nose. I'm quite enjoying this so far. It's going alright. You know, I'm not making the money that I. The thing is, the problems with the van. Okay, the puncture, fair enough, but the oil filter and not oil, the fuel filter and what have you, if it is that's stuff that would have happened anyway. So it's just part and here we go. Yeah, this is it. Part and parcel of the of having an old van, I suppose. Okay, just the amount of people that must have tripped on that. Ah, you've got to cut that and get rid of that. It's just flipping. I did actually trip on that first time. Yeah. The amount of people got a bit of fun. I should set up the old nature cam. It's footage of people falling over, big pile of people there. But yeah. I'll get the barbed wire around that. Yeah, so just stopped at Halfords, just ordered a new, I had to get an air filter spanner to take the housing off because it was really stiff. Not sure if the filter was clogged up or not, I don't know. It's all sort of, I suppose it all gathers up inside, doesn't it? I think it goes down into the inside the filter and then out. And it's a bit grubby, but I'll have to wait and see. But I've ordered one in anyway, like just over 10 quid, and if it's not that, I've got a new filter, as the lady said behind the counter. But yeah, I just noticed I kept looking, thinking that my GoPro wasn't charging, but I was looking at the one on the left, where it's, I think it's your capacity, memory card capacity. I was like, why isn't it bloody charging? Because it's all in the red, but then notice on the right hand side it's got the green, it's fully charged now. So that should be here within an hour, they said. So I'm going to drive into Poole and then drive back out. I was tempted just to wait here and have a cup of tea, but no, I'll go down. Yeah, I'll go down into Poole where I normally park up. Can't remember what it's called now, but I don't know, like a lake pier or something, I don't know. Yeah, pop down there, and to be fair, I've just started it up now because I took the filter off and I poured some water through it just to see whether it blessed. And I'm just in idle now, and it actually seems better already. So hopefully that's what the problem is. But yeah, change the filter anyway, and hopefully that's it. That's what sorts it out. Because at the minute I'm stalling quite a lot at traffic lights, which is like really freaking annoying, and it's annoying for other people as well because you just go to pull away and you got to bloody start it up again. It's a diesel, so you got to wait for your indication lights and that to go off. People behind are like wondering what the bloody hell the dude in front's up to. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna start off, have a cup of tea, and then come back and hopefully sort it. But so far, just by taking it out and giving it a little bit of a rinse through, it seems to be better. But we'll see. Yeah, so I stayed in the car park in the end because it was like an 18-minute drive to my mooring and an 18-minute drive back, so I thought it was pointless. So I just waited around here. Oh, okay, no, I don't. I was going to get a screwdriver because my seat, but I think I've got one in the back. But, yeah, that's changed. There it goes. That might be, hopefully, that's just due to air pockets where it's been taken out and what have you. You know. Yeah, I think that's just where the fuel's. It's got a few breaks in the fuel line where I've been taking the fuel filter out and etc. Hopefully But I'll drive there, see how I get on. Seems better. Seems better. Even when I took the old one out and completely, stinking diesel now. But yeah, I'm gonna make way over anyway, park up, and yeah, get something to eat, I suppose. We're in one of them little. Here we go again. Very strange. Could be something to do with that, the actual fuel pump. Yeah. Keep an eye on it. It's got a new filter anyway, so it was only a tenner, a little bit more, 10, 11 quid. Could be, I don't know, fuel injectors or something. I don't know. I'm gonna plod along and see how I get on with it. Seems to be better, but laters anyway. Fingers crossed. Oh, I've had a bloody nightmare. Van kept cutting out, and all diesel's pissing out. I had to go to into the Grundon bin, jump in the Grundon bin and get the other seal gasket. Look at that, for fuck's sake. All that diesel, I put the cone down and told them about it. Seems to fuck be alright now, but I just had to proper tighten it up on there. Like, there's the, I tried putting even both of them on there, the newer one and the old one, but you can't. But yeah, it's just pissing out. Mad, absolutely mad. Yeah. Seems to be alright now, luckily. Make my bloody way, I'll probably actually can't, probably even not go diesel left now. See how we get on. Fuck me. What a nightmare. Changed the fuel filter. It kept cutting out. Fucking hell, so I kept going, cutting out, cutting out. Managed to just pull over in the end. And the fuel filter was pissing out diesel everywhere. So obviously it's cutting out because it was being starved of fuel. Oh my god. Oh, I could have just slung myself under a bus, I really could. But I couldn't get my head around it. Why? It just didn't make sense. And then I'm such an idiot. I thought it's got to be something to do with the pressure, because it was pushing through the threads. And then I realised I put the bloody the gasket on. It's supposed to go at the bottom of the actual filter. I put it on the top. So obviously then it wasn't allowing the diesel to go anywhere. So with the pressure, it was just piling out the top. I had to call the council. I had to flag down the copper, and they said get hold of the council because there's diesel all in the cycle lane down here. So I've reported that, so they can come out and put some sand or whatever over it. But we're all good now. Oh my god. Honestly, man. Oh, I'm just the opposite here. I've reported. I'm not sure what road. I'm just in front of me now. There'll be a load of diesel. Let me show you. Slippy as hell. Oh, it's cut out again. It's cut out again. Oh, fuck. That might just be because there's trapped air, but I'm just going to head back now. If I have to, I'm just going back down to where I'm staying and for the night. And hear it. Listen, I'm going to reverse back slightly just to make sure it's still not leaking. I would have thought it would be, but I'm getting out of here anyway. Fucking hell, laters. Wraps again for dinner. Like since I've been here, I've had wraps or burgers every day. like obviously meat substitute stuff. Apart from when my parents come down, my nephew, when I was away for Chippy, I think it's called Bennett's Chippy near the harbour. Oh, freaking lovely. Really like some battered halloumi, and the chips are banging. Not cheap though, but really nice. You know, that was a good surprise when they come down. But I've had a freaking day from hell. They were age 6, been trying to get hold of me, and they haven't had no sign of the from getting words up because I'm so hungry. No energy. Yeah, so they were worried 6, they ain't heard from me all day, and there was no sign of me being online or anything like that, because obviously I was too busy asking about this bloody van. I'm not entirely sure it was my fault. I'm pretty sure like where the lip is, where the seal goes, I'm sure it was like dipped down on the old one, so it sits on top, and on the new one it sort of, you know, to sort of compensate for where the seal goes. So on the old one it was on top of the filter, and then you put the filter plate on the top, screw it in, and then on this other filter it goes on the bottom. So what it was doing, obviously it was just, the seal was just blocking the fuel from going through, and then it was all just pissing all out the sides everywhere. It was a Bongo. Yeah, sorry for that. Oh, Frida, that's a Frida, that one. Yeah, very similar. Oh, I'm so hungry, so hungry now. I just had an absolute nightmare day, and I really hope the van just, because I want to get these markets done, you know, actually get there, but that almost broke me earlier, that really did. Such a silly, simple thing like that. Yeah, it's done now anyway. Lost a little bit of diesel out of it. But still, you know what I mean, it's like, I'm not too bad when it comes to mechanical stuff, but god dear, I don't know, I've made some stupid mistakes sometimes. I can't remember if I said in my last video, when I was on the boat, I remember I'd done a service and I changed the fuel filter and it wouldn't run, like a bit like this, but it weren't, fuel weren't pissing out everywhere. It wouldn't run, and I was just like, what the hell? I only changed the bloody, you know, air filter, fuel filter, oil change and that. I was like, what the hell? So then I got someone out to have a look, and what it was is where you got like a plate where the fuel filter screws into, that had a seal fitted into it. So when I took the old fuel filter out, the seal got stuck in the top plate. So when I put the new one on, I put the seal on, pushed that in, so then you now had 2 seals in there, so that was blocking the flow of the fuel, which stopped it. Simple little thing like that. Simple little thing like that. It's all a learning, you know, it's all a learning curve, isn't it? It was only when I just thought, right, that's it, I'm going to put the old filter back on, because it weren't this bad. It was only when I looked for, oh, they are slightly different. What a freaking day. But yeah, oh well, I didn't have the chance to get bored today. But I haven't been bored at all, but I just, please, no more now. no more van problems, please. I've had enough now. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm freaking starving. Yeah, just the concoction of meat-free things, and I'm just gonna throw it in there. Probably get 2 out of that, and then I'll sit and I'm just gonna relax with a cup of tea. On there, and that's it. I'll do some editing probably later if I've got so much shit to do. Anyway, peace out. Don't know why I'm doing that bollocks.